Marty, good to see you. Just wanted to check in on some of your injured players first. Jakub Stolarczyk, I know you mentioned about him potentially being back after the international break. What's his current situation?
He's getting better, still working to recover, so he will not be ready for Saturday. But the positive part of this is that he's feeling more confident, and I'm sure that we're not far from seeing him again.
Might he be fit for the game against Southampton on Tuesday?
Let's see how he progresses.
Okay. Ben Nelson as well. We saw him withdrawn against Norwich with an ankle problem. How's he doing?
Yeah, very unfortunate for Ben, because I think he did really well both those 30 minutes that he played against Norwich and in the previous game. But it was an ankle issue when he landed, so very unlucky. It will take some time until he's ready again. But again, good progress, and he's working well, and hopefully next week he will be back on the pitch.
Caleb Okoli as well with a shoulder injury. How's he?
Yeah, it was more about the whole action with the impact on the head and so on. He has been getting better, and he has been training with the group.
Victor Christiansen posted on social media this week that he was having surgery on a knee injury. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, again, very unlucky, because the game against Blackburn in a duel, in an impact on his knee. Actually, he carried on playing for quite a lot of minutes during this game, but it was getting worse, and then we had to sub him in the second half. But then we started to test. It was not progressing well. It was quite swollen, the knee, and at the end, the doctors and the specialists decided that it was better to have a small intervention, but it will take some weeks until he's recovered.
How long do you think it might be? Are we talking into the new year for Victor?
Yeah, kind of that. So it's gonna take definitely more than a few weeks. That's for sure.
Any fresh injuries that you've picked up over the international break, or?
Hopefully not.
Okay. And has everyone returned from international duty? Okay.
Everybody's okay. Yeah, just as you know, Aaron and Harry Soter, of course, as well, recovering from their injuries. But out of that, everybody else came back in good shape.
The club chairman, Kuntop, recorded an interview over the last couple of weeks as well. He reiterated his commitment to the club, and I wonder for you as the manager, when you hear that kind of commitment and the kind of ideas of a long-term plan from the club chairman, how good that is to hear really as the manager of the football club.
Yeah, I think that definitely his word shows how much he cares for the club and how much it means, both for him and his family. I think that all that he wants is us to succeed and to do well. So I think the main idea is to build that togetherness that I've been talking since I came here. And I think that everybody's on board on that, to understand that we need to make this, to bring back the club to where we want to be, all together. And I think it's brilliant that he has done this step.
There's reports out there, and we understand that a new technical director, a new chief executive and commercial director are due to join the club. Well, what is your reaction to that, to seeing those kind of changes happening at board level?
Yeah, of course, when it comes to structural changes and things that go beyond tactics and trainings and football, is not much that I can say, but everything that it means a change to try to improve as a club, and I know that the work behind the scenes is all focused on this, on trying to be better in all the areas, in and off the pitch. I will 100% support it.
It would appear that the new technical director might have more to do with the footballing side of the business, if you like. How do you feel about that, and how do you view that situation, and how important a relationship might that be?
Yeah, again, I cannot give a time frame or how this will develop. What I'm sure is what the club wants is to improve. I've been aware about these changes before the announcement, about these new ideas, and again, it's not for me to comment much on things that go beyond my tasks.
I understand that, although I do have to ask this next question, because there are other reports out there over the last week or so that the club will hear their PSR charges next week. Possible point deductions may come as part of that. What is your understanding of that from what you've been told?
Yeah, I think since I came here, it has been a lot of speculation, both in media and everywhere. So I've been saying the same from day one. I'm aware. I'm constantly in touch with the club, with everyone, to understand what is the situation. But it's nothing that affects us very much. My job is to try to make sure that we're as good as we can be, try to improve the players on the pitch, and it's nothing that is affecting us on our daily activity.
Does it concern you though, I suppose, if it does come, and it could be, quite significant, all points in the Championship are significant at this stage, that it could have a detrimental effect on what you want to achieve this season?
Again, it's a speculation, and at the moment I just focus on facts, and the fact is that I focus on what I can control. What I can control is the training. I can control how we try to play, on how we try to perform, and all those things, especially when it's a speculation, I think it's not worth to spend a lot of time. And again, as I said, it's nothing that in our daily work with the players and the trainings is not that affect us. So I'm very focused on what I can control.
Stoke City next up at King Power Stadium. How big a game is this?
All the games are big in Championship, and all the games are important. Definitely for us, we want to build on the good result that we got against Norwich. It's true that in the last international breaks, we finished all of them before the international break in a good way with a victory. So it feels a little bit like we need to make sure that we do better than what we did in the start after these kind of breaks. We play against a team that is doing really well, that has started the season at good shape and with getting good results. I think Mark is doing a very good job with the players, and we need to be ready because we know that they are a dangerous team in counters, that they are a team that is conceding. They got the best defensive record in the league when it comes on goals conceded. So it's important for us to start now this, especially because this period is very important, right? Now it's not going to be any break until March is the next international break, so it comes one of those moments of the season that are very crucial, and to play at home after the Norwich game, it must be a plus for us. So hopefully we can deliver a good performance.
You haven't won a game at home since the game against Birmingham City and back in August. How important is it to fix that, starting this weekend with the huge amount of games you've got coming before the next break?
Yeah, very important. It's far too much, and especially with the support that we got against Norwich from all the fans that travel, we want to give them something back, and it's important to make sure that our form at home gets better to be in the place in the table that we want to be.
Martin, thank you very much. Best luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, so we'll go to another Owen from BBC Smiths.
Hi Marty, it feels a long time ago, but the win at Norwich, how much of a boost did that give you?
Yeah, definitely. It feels like a long time ago, but it was an important one. Not only because we needed this kind of reaction, this kind of result after a bad period of results, but as well because I think we played, especially the last 30 minutes of the game, we played at really high level. And it shows a little bit the path and how we want to play football. It was in a way that we were very controlling in possession, that we were fast in the ball tempo, that we really got this threat in behind the back line, that we created chances, that we were aggressive out of possession. So I think that definitely dictates a little bit the kind of football they want to play, understanding that we always play against good teams, that they have as well their moments, and that we need to be good on this as well. But it was an important way to win a football game as well in the last minutes. So important for the morale of the team and going in international break with a better feeling.
It feels like it's been quite a successful international break for several of your players, some scoring even. How impressed have you been with what you've seen?
Yeah, I think that always those periods are a bit tricky because obviously there are a lot of players playing for big things, big targets. I would say perhaps obviously for Bobby and for Yannick was not the best couple of weeks of their lives, but they're going to get a new chance in March. Their experience, they are fantastic players in terms of mindset, and I'm sure that they will switch on again. And now back on track, we need them, we need the quality. For JJ, it was definitely a good period because he scored a goal and they won away against Leicester, and then they got a good result even though he was suspended. So in the overall, the most important, Hams as well, getting a very important win for his country. In the overall, I think it has been especially positive because all of them came back without an injury, which is usually our main concern as managers. We're always concerned. So when we win, because how we prepare the game, the next game, when the international break, that they come back healthy, and so on. But it has been a good period.
And I wonder how much international performances can influence your decisions that you make here?
Yeah, I think that we always try to have a look on them. For instance, Louis and Jake Evans have been in the World Cup in Qatar for long period, and it has been a very good experience for both of them. It's true that Louis was struggling a little bit in the last game with his ankle, but he's back. He trained today. He was feeling good. But we try to always look at the performances, analyze how they feel. But obviously, it's different environment. It's different, the international games than the championship. And the most important for us is that they are back healthy and they can be ready to contribute. Understanding that some of them had long trips, long games, and so on.
Thank you.
Thank you.